I'm Jennifer Angel. This is my horoscope overview for the first week of June, the week of June the 1st. Now, we do have a full moon right at the start of the week on the 2nd, and it's in the sign of Sagittarius, which means the moon's in Sagittarius and the sun is right opposite in the area of Gemini. So this is going to make us feel a little bit independent, and it can cause us to think about or evaluate where we are in our life, where we want to be, and do we need to make some changes, do some tweaks, some fine-tuning. Now, but keep in mind that to walk through a new door, sometimes we have to close the door behind us, okay? Now, that doesn't make it good, bad, or indifferent. It just is. And sometimes we just move in different directions. We can have a childhood friend that's with us there for all of our life, or we can have a friend that comes in and we cross paths when we're meant to. We learn something from each other. We hit a crossroads and then we go our separate ways. So try not to hold on to anything too tightly, as both of these signs are mutable signs. So and we've got air and fire. So it's try to be a little more easygoing with life, which is easier for some signs than others, and not force anything or anyone to do anything. And it is what it is. And a lot of situations in life and really just our perception of whether they're good or bad. And if we can sort of step away and just let it be and let people be, then life can be a whole lot less stressful, less tension, and a lot more enjoyable. That would be nice, hey? All right, so then on the 5th or 6th, I'm looking at the Greenwich Calendar here, and as I quite often mention to you when I'm writing the daily horoscopes, in particular for New York Daily News, I'm looking at the New York time schedule, but not so much when I'm doing the videos. It's a different chart that I'm looking from. So let's say the 5th or 6th, Venus is going to make a move, and it's going to move out of the sign of Cancer and into Leo. So I love Venus in Leo because Leo is very generous and outgoing, and it really, I feel, makes use of all the social, beautiful aspects of Leo, because Venus is in charge of beauty, and Leo just loves beauty and luxury. So it's a very nice placement, I feel. So that'll be a nice vibration. And then for the rest of the week on the 5th, we have Mars in a sextile with Jupiter, and this is great because it's a very it sparks our intuition, it sparks our energy levels, makes us very optimistic, motivated to do things, and it's quite a, enthusiasm sort of comes through with everything, and passion comes through with everything that we do and undertake. So, it's very, very nice. And then to end the week off, at the start of the weekend, we've got Venus in a trine with Saturn. Also very nice. It's with relationships, because let's not forget Venus is in charge of relationships. The Saturn vibration just brings in a whole faithfulness, not so not so controlling, because it's a trine, so it's a softer aspect, and it's just a nice aspect to get together with people and try not to have too many expectations. And it's a nice time to build relationships for the future and set solid foundations. Okay, now as we go through your individual charts, I'll highlight what areas of life. So what I talk about on with the overview is the actual vibration. So then we'll go into what areas of life that it affects each and every star sign. And then, of course, some people say to me, well, how can the same thing be happening for every, Gemini on the planet? I said, well, here's the vibration of that aspect and the placement. Then we look at the areas of life and how it's going to affect your particular sign and what other influences also influence, have, energy connection. And then, of course, after all that, it's up to you to interpret that on how that is in your individual life. Okay, and of course, then there's another layer of your personal chart. So sometimes I guess it's going to make a lot of sense. Sometimes it's not going to make any sense because maybe it's just not aligning enough with your personal chart. Okay. But this week is a much nicer, kind of pleasant, uplifting week than last week. Last week I felt that it was more a little bit of frustrations, irritability, confusion coming through. By the end of the weekend it settled down, and then this week it's like putting into practice and putting things into place. Let's not forget that Mercury is still retrograde, so it's still a better time to research, plan, than to go full steam ahead, putting things into action. All right, but I hope something lovely happens for each and every one of you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll go through now and do the individual weekly reports. Bye for now.